Welcome to Draft Week. All the effort you spend scouting comes down to this. Start the draft when you're ready.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock.
The Buccaneers have made their selection. What can we tell you about them? That's why we have Adam Schefter.
Sometimes an overall 40-yard time taken at face value can be misleading, and here's a good example why. At his pro day, you might have thought that he ran the same time as he did at the combine. But if you look at the split times, he was significantly quicker in the 10 and 20-yard splits than he was previously. His top-end speed is still roughly the same, but what he was able to show was a quicker burst off the line, something that's valued on any position down in the trenches. His quicker first step helped him rise a bit over some of the other defenders and be taken with this pick.
Well, let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the 49ers' latest pick.
Well, there isn't much to say other than this kid was born to run. He's the spitting image of his father, a nationally ranked sprinter in several major events and highly recruited by every major college. However, unlike his dad, he chose to pursue a career in football, and so far that decision is paying off. He may not be gold medal fast, but he has the speed and quickness to cause fits for the opposing team. He's the type of player you like to see out in the open field where he can make moves a lot of other players can't. The coaches are going to love having his speed at their disposal.
All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
Just when you thought his draft stock couldn't be any higher, here's a guy that goes out and puts on an absolute show in the College All-Star game, being named the game's MVP. Several GMs I spoke to cite that performance as the reason many draft experts, including Matt Miller, labeled him as the clear-cut #1 quarterback in this year's draft. He's never backed down from a challenge, and I can only imagine he's chomping at the bit to meet with the coaching staff as soon as possible to begin his NFL journey.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Browns' latest pick.
Just 2 years ago, he was on the boxing team for a small school before transferring and using his final year of eligibility to play football for a bigger program. Right away, he made an impact for the team, compensating for what he lacked in with pure intensity and aggression. He's going to need to learn to play more with his head and see the game differently at the next level, but he has all the tools to develop into a great player. It all comes down to what the coaches can get out of him, and this first off season will be a major test for him.
The Giants are now on the clock.
Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
The old saying of "what have you done for me lately" could be used to explain his rapid rise in draft value. After a late season performance that saw him make several key blocks leading to scores, sources said that many scouts were willing to overlook otherwise average statistics leading up to his final game. NFL expert Ross Tucker felt that his upside far outweighs any concerns that he's a one-hit wonder. Tucker raved about his natural footwork that he called a quote-unquote gift for someone his size. Patience may be needed to help him grow into his full potential, but this team feels as if it has bolstered its offensive line with this big pick.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Houston Oilers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock.
Let's go to Adam now, who's got more on the Chargers' last pick.
He came so close to breaking Barry Sanders' old rushing record, which is a pretty impressive effort on its own. He was able to at least walk away with a new school record for rushing yards in a season, and the honor was well deserved. He accounted for over half of the team's offensive production this past season, helping him accumulate over 2,000 yards. What Matt Miller liked the most out of him was his vision and ability to read the blocks, attacking the right gaps each time he touched the ball. He also has the shiftiness to avoid the first tackle, and after that, it's off to the races. He was a fun tailback to watch in college, and hopefully for the team, the same will apply in the NFL.
The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Dolphins' latest pick.
It's no surprise seeing him get drafted at this point, considering he was one of the hottest running backs in college this year. When's the last time he rushed for less than 100 yards in a game? If you check, it was actually 2 seasons ago, and that was due to a minor injury. The guy's a threat to take it to the house every time he touches the ball. And if he gets by that first tackle, watch out because it's daylight from there on. As long as he can quickly adjust to the speed of the NFL, he has the potential to be a great back for this team.
All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
It's a tough pill to swallow when you are doing everything you can to prepare for the combine and you push yourself to the point of injury. That was his case just 2 months ago. And once he was injured, it was goodbye to pre-draft evaluations for him. His draft stock may have taken a hit, but it didn't stop this team from picking him up. He should be good to go before camp, and it's great to see someone take a chance on him.
Hold on now. This pick is trading teams.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock.